All right, let's jump right into this explainer. We're going to explore how everyday laughter, specifically the kinds you see in South Asia, is actually a scientifically proven superpower for your personal development. We're going to unpack the fascinating connection between the playful, sometimes totally absurd world of Pakistani humor and the hard science proving that this laughter is a literal survival tool for emotional resilience and growth.
I mean, we all remember those classic, slightly absurd classroom jokes from growing up, right? Like this absolute gem you'd easily find on a popular Pakistani YouTube comedy channel. You've got a frustrated teacher, a brilliantly literal-minded student, and a punchline that just completely derails the entire lesson. It's a total staple of local humor, shared and laughed at across generations.
But honestly, that kind of joke illustrates a much deeper mystery. Are these silly little scenarios just a distraction from learning, or is there a fundamental psychological reason we actually crave them? Like, why do students invent these stories where the authority figure gets completely outsmarted by sheer innocent logic? Well, it turns out there's a lot more going on beneath the surface of a simple laugh.
Section 1. Humor as a hidden strength. To really get this, we have to look at a compelling 2025 psychological study by Swera Zulfikar and Saima Riaz from the Regional Lens Journal. They didn't just look at humor as a way to pass the time. Nope, they looked at it through the framework of positive psychology and self-determination theory to see if the ability to laugh at life directly influences a student's ability to succeed. And they found a crucial, staggering number. A sense of humor explains an incredible 80.8% of the variance in a student's personal growth. I mean, let that sink in for a second. Nearly 81% of how well these students adapted, built resilience, and grew as people could literally be traced back to their ability to find and create humor in their daily lives.
Section 2. The Science of Student Growth.
And, the sheer scale of the scientific evidence backing this up is just mind-blowing. Based on a super rigorous study of 900 university students, specifically from the University of Gujarat and the University of Chennai, scientists discovered a massive positive correlation between a habitual tendency to laugh and emotional resilience. Whether they were day scholars or boarders, male or female, the data was crystal clear. Humor is a profound inner resource. It drastically lowers anxiety and honestly acts like social glue for integration.
So how exactly does this humor get built, especially in today's digital age? Well, another fascinating 2025 study, this one by Fatima, Zamir, and Kasim from the Research Journal for Social Affairs, actually breaks down digital humor using something called systemic functional linguistics. Basically, they analyze humor in 3 distinct steps of meaning-making: the ideational, the interpersonal, and the textual.
Let's break that down a bit, because humor isn't just random, right? It's highly structured. The ideational part reflects what we're actually going through, stuff like a brutally slow Wi-Fi connection or heavy family expectations. Then, the interpersonal part is how we use a sarcastic or confessional tone to bond with others over that exact frustration. And finally, the textual part is how the joke is perfectly organized to deliver a punchline that really hits home.
Section 3. Digital satire and code switching.
Now, as we move from the physical classroom to platforms like Pakistani Instagram, this whole linguistic structure becomes even more obvious. Humor is literally a primary tool for cultural expression and social interaction where the youth negotiate their identities. Look at this comparison. It's a perfect example right out of the research. Young adults frequently use bilingual code switching, seamlessly blending Urdu and English to cope with the harsh economic realities of growing up. By mixing words like adulting and scam right into their native sentence structures, they're processing the anxiety of new responsibilities. They're wrapping real-world stress in this nice protective layer of irony.
And by strategically mixing these languages and sharing these hyper-relatable memes, users are creating a completely safe digital space. They can playfully challenge authority, question strict cultural norms, or honestly just vent about a random power outage, all without breaking social decorum. It's actually a highly sophisticated coping mechanism masquerading as just a quick laugh on your feed.
Section 4. The Khabaristan Times Era. Which brings us to a really prime example of how this culturally embedded humor scaled up to tackle major national issues. Before memes totally dominated Instagram, there was professional digital satire. Tracking the brief but incredibly explosive lifespan of the Khabaristan Times shows us a fascinating trajectory. Founded in 2014, it quickly gained massive traction by turning everyday frustrations into really sharp parody. Then, in 2015, they published a satirical piece claiming a politician blamed earthquakes on women wearing jeans. It was 100% parody, but it went globally viral when international media mistakenly reported it as actual fact. Eventually, by 2017, the site was officially blocked by the Pakistan Telecommunication Authority.
Now, what made this publication so incredibly notable was its totally impartial targeting. Without taking any political sides whatsoever, the site satirized the entire socio-political spectrum. I mean, they poked fun at national and local politics, military narratives, gender dynamics, and, as we just saw, even the gullibility of the international press. It just proves that humor is an unbelievably potent tool for testing the boundaries of free speech and holding a mirror up to society.
Section 5. The punchline is resilience.
So, whether it's a primary school student joking about a map getting wet in the Ravi River, an Instagram user making a bilingual meme about paying their bills, or a nationwide viral satirical article, the underlying mechanics remain exactly the same. We use humor to process the world around us. And the academic research from the Research Journal of Social Affairs completely backs this up. Spinning our daily troubles into punchlines is definitely not a waste of time. It's a highly sophisticated, hidden strength that allows entire communities to adapt to rapid changes, integrate socially, and thrive under immense economic and academic pressure. As the data clearly shows, those who can look at the absolute chaos of life, from stressful exams to skyrocketing utility bills, and actually find the humor in it, are actively building their capacity for personal growth. They aren't ignoring their problems. Actually, scratch that. They are structurally reframing them to take away their power. It's brilliant. So the next time you find yourself stuck in a frustrating situation, feeling the weight of the world, or maybe just dealing with a super slow Wi-Fi connection, ask yourself, is there a punchline here that can help me grow? Because as the science strongly suggests, your ability to laugh might just be your greatest advantage.